Ready to do a garden walk today?
If the role exists, I have played the part. Sacrifice sections of my heart. So I decided I would press restart, and that I better get to living, cause life's too short. I'm fine with myself now, the very first time. I got a few friends say it's good to see that smile. Sometimes I feel crazy, sometimes I feel wild, but I just need to stay here, let it go for a while. Yeah, I just need to stay here, let it go for a while.
Hey y'all, welcome to Stiver's Homestead. It is our favorite day of the week.
Favorite day of the week.
Garden walk time.
That's right.
So obviously that's a little bit later in the week. We've had a few things that we wanted to get out, like the tea garden and animal checkup. So we delayed this a little bit for you all to see it, but it should be about the same timing a week for you all from the last time that we did our garden walk. So today's gonna be a little different.
Yep. Today is garden walk 11, but today is going to be garden walk and harvest. So
yes.
We're not going to do a complete full garden tour. We're actually going to show you the things that we're going to harvest. We're going to walk through that, harvest them with you. We've got our popcorn buckets, and our tools.
That's right, the essentials.
Yeah, and we're going to walk through, we're going to harvest it, and then we're going to go inside and talk about what we're going to do with everything that we harvested. So it's kind of a 2-in-1.
Right, and what you can do with probably a table that looks about like ours.
Yep. All right, let's get started.
Let's do it.
All right, so this is our zucchini, squash, and pumpkin garden. And we're gonna walk through and see if there's anything to be harvested. There may not be, because I actually came out yesterday morning and got some that were getting a little too big and needed to be taken in. So Zach's gonna look through, and we're gonna put all of our big stuff on the bottom, and then we're gonna work our way up with the small stuff.
Yeah, I think you about got everything.
Okay, we ended up getting 2 zucchini, and we have a bunch inside, so we're gonna take that in and show you what we'll do with that. Most of you already know, but we'll talk about it shortly. And we're gonna move on to the chocolate mint.
So basically the one herb that Jen hasn't showed you all what she does with is the chocolate mint. We got it a little bit later in the season. An awesome follower sent us kind of a cut of it. So it's finally big enough, we're comfortable enough to be doing some harvest. We know it'll come back, it's healthy. So she's gonna take that in, and you'll get to see her plan for the chocolate mint.
Yeah, so this is my chocolate mint that I put in this grow bag so that it couldn't get too crazy on us, but it still has enough room to make a few runners and give us what we need. We don't need a whole ton of it, but it's super yummy. We love the taste of it.
Look at that.
What is it?
Baby praying mantis.
Nice.
That's kind of cool. Man, that chocolate mint is good. So while she's finishing harvesting that, I'll give you a shot of this area. It's filling in really big. You can see there's one that is kind of struggling right there. Basically, we're just starting to get really hot, and we're gonna start fighting some of that stuff here. But for the overall part, everything's doing really good. And check out this action. Purdy. Got one on that side, and what are these called? Velvet something? Velvet Queens and Autumn Beauties. So as you can see on these, they're about 6 foot, but they have multiple heads. It's not one head that's on there. So they are going to be really beautiful once they all come into play. And this guy's about to open. But the sunflowers are looking beautiful, and I love their kind of like purple veins that they have going on. Just too pretty.
All right, so that's how much I got. It's a lot, especially for my dehydrator, but we're gonna make it happen. Super excited. This is my first round with preserving it, so I can't wait to preserve it and use it for my tea. So that's my chocolate mint.
Pumpkins. We still got Jack B. Littles growing, popping everywhere. Our Cherokee tans are just getting huge and looking awesome. If you notice any kind of little wilt on the leaves, that's just because of the heat of the day. They'll be fine once the evening hits and they'll pop right back up. But we're still feeding with fish fertilizer for everything and watering regularly when we're having kind of these drought spains. But every single week you see how much this has grown up and how big everything is.
Next up is our pepper bed. We have all kinds of varieties of peppers and they're producing like crazy. I've already done a video where, or actually I didn't do a video, I just put it on Instagram where I froze the peppers. And that's probably what we're gonna do with these because we're going out of town. So we're gonna harvest all these peppers, put them in our bucket, and then take them in and talk about them.
And we have some mini chocolate bells that are turning, as you can see here. The reason we're not letting them completely turn is we do have something that's trying to eat our peppers when they get ripe. So we're gonna go ahead and pull these and let them take off, but they're really cool looking.
We're gonna need another bucket.
Yep, that was a lot of peppers.
A lot of peppers.
And I mentioned something eating. This is the only one that had it on, but you can see how it's kind of trying to dig a little hole in there.
Yeah.
But all of these are all good.
They are.
Green
And
bells and jalapenos.
we grow these for our son, but if we feed him this many peppers, he will turn into one. So
They'll
we're
turn
gonna
green.
freeze these.
Yeah.
All right, we gotta get another basket.
Basket time.
All right, so this is my tea garden. There's not much that needs to be harvested here except for more of my marigolds. So I'm gonna harvest those. And I have many videos on what I do with these, so you will not be left out there. Just go back and find them.
So many. You just harvested these bad boys.
Yeah, they're crazy. I can't keep up with them.
3 plants.
But I try to because I don't want them to go to waste. Yeah, 3 plants.
So just for reference, if you're growing marigolds next year, this is what 3 plants look like.
Yep.
Check him out. Found him on one of the marigolds. Time for you to go, buddy. Get them whipped.
It's a lot, and I already have a lot, so if you want something that grows well, you grow marigolds.
That's right. And you can see on here, most all the heads are gone, but look how soon she's gonna be right back in the exact same boat.
Oh, they'll be open in 2 days.
Yeah, if that, it might be tomorrow. Tea garden, success. Let's check out the prettiest little area. Looks like somebody can get married right here. Just right underneath our spinning peacock that no longer can spin because the loofahs have entwined within it. But isn't it so pretty right there? Nice little shady. Actually full shade when you get under here. All right, what we got, babe?
All right, we got okra. These are okra plants. They're Baker Creek cowhorn okra. We're not getting a whole lot right now.
They just started.
Yeah, we're harvesting what we do have and just kind of using it for dinner or lunch.
Any on this bad boy? Yeah, they're coming, but not yet. Oh, yeah, there's one on that one. Reach, stretch.
And we got another pepper. These are the Galapgo beans, bush beans from Baker Creek, and they're barely starting to produce just yet.
We're not gonna grow these again.
No?
No, look how slow they are. It's
They are
a
kinda
bush
slow.
bean.
Yeah.
Wait till y'all see our other bush beans.
There's
These-
a few over here.
Yeah, there's a couple, but I'm just not impressed by these things.
Yeah.
Definitely,
They're good for freezing though.
they are good for freezing. I guess if we did them at the beginning and maybe did an actual
Yeah,
like
they
normal
would need
harvest.
to be a first round bush bean, not a second succession.
Right, we grew these because we wanted to fast follow before fall crops, but it's looking like they might be our first ones out, honestly. And probably our biggest harvest that we're gonna have this afternoon, Chinese red noodle beans.
Yep.
They are everywhere.
We have a ton of these in the house and I am going to show you how to preserve them, so stay tuned.
Yep, she's gonna have a nice recipe for these. We've already tested them out because it was our first time growing. So we wanted to make sure that we kind of had a flavor and she could kind of throw a recipe together before just whipping it out together. So we will get all of these harvested and then we will move on to the next one. Purdy. So there's those. We actually had a couple already in there. And the cool thing about these, like one, we chop them up into about green bean length. And so you get like 7 green bean technically sizes out of one, which is really cool. So that's gonna be plenty more. That's probably what, 2 mils, 3 mils? Just right there. All right, cucumber time. Cucumbers are still kicking, doing good. Let's get over here.
We have made all kinds of pickles. We've made refrigerator pickles. We've canned pickles. Pretty much the bulk of what we get now is straight for canning. We do eat a couple fresh here and there, but we're trying to bulk up on them so that we can make more pickles.
Oh, I was sitting here just talking to y'all. I thought we was recording.
I had a fly on my leg.
Jen getting bit by flies. So we've gotten 3 so far. Make that 4, or no. Yeah, make that 4. Don't see anything on this guy. He's starting to get, oh.
So these are the Bait Alpha from Baker Creek. They're awesome cucumbers. They're perfect for pickling. They're fast growers, not very prone to disease. So if you're looking for a good cucumber, go with the Bait Alphas from Baker Creek.
7 more cucumbers. And that's just on these 4 plants. We still got 6 more over there we got to discuss. All right, Bonnie's best plants. A couple are going back to their curling ways, but most all of them are very healthy. I'm back again on the fence because we're not getting a lot of later fruit. I'm starting to see quite a few pop up on the top, but I'm not liking the timing. You know, you really want your tomatoes as the bottoms are ripening, the tops are getting to size and on the start of ripening. So you want to kind of have that, but they're doing well. We do have a few here that are ready, almost. So we like to pull them when they're about this ripe. And our reason being is when she hit this time of the year, you're gonna just be infested with bugs, and as soon as those things turn red, they're gonna get ate up. So we're gonna
I got flies all over me.
Slinging that camera. As soon as these get this color, we normally let them finish inside, just for the reason we don't want them to be ate up.
Yeah, and the cracking. If it rains, they'll start to crack. So
got a couple more over here. So we got 3 Bonnie's Best.
And these are Bonnie's Best from Baker Creek too.
Yep.
So you can see how perfectly round and shaped that they are. They're supposed to be really good for mostly canning, but also just good slicer tomatoes. So if you're looking for a uniform tomato, Bonnie's Best.
Check this one out. That's a big sucker right there. I'm ready for it to get going.
He is big.
And so something we do, if we have a sprout off, so say we had a late sucker come off, which was what this was, we actually kind of topped that sucker, if that makes sense. And then I just braced it so the tomatoes wouldn't come off. But it had too much tomato, too many fruit on there for me to cut it off. I didn't want to, so this is kind of a form you can do to kind of still keep your one stem, but also get the benefits of those tomatoes. Okay, variety bed. We're gonna have quite a few to take off here. A lot of them are gonna be cherries. That's a black brandy wine.
It's starting to get a little weird, so we're gonna go ahead and clip that one.
Yeah, got a little crack on it. Go ahead and get this Aunt Ruby's German green right here, if you don't mind.
How about this one?
Yeah, there's gonna be a lot. We're gonna have to set the camera down and get all these out and show y'all on the after effect.
Yeah, he's getting weird.
Yeah, those brandy wines, I'm just not 100% satisfied with them. But there's our towers, my duct taped tobacco sticks. If y'all are curious on how we did that, we just duct taped them with Gorilla Tape, and they're working just fine like a big 9-foot stake. And hey, you can't beat it, right? They're doing their job. Pull this Aunt Ruby's German green right here. Y'all heard me, that's the second time I told her to do it.
I got tomatoes everywhere.
She's spider webbing.
They're everywhere.
I know they are everywhere. We got cherries just running out of our ears. I hope y'all are too. One down.
Help.
Okay, give me the knife. Okay. Alrighty. Alright, she's cutting the German green now. And the reason I asked her to do that, you put sunscreen on, didn't you?
Yeah. Is it coming off?
Look. So somebody asked, how do you know when to pull off an Aunt Ruby's German green? Because it's just a green tomato too, right? So when do you know? So one thing is all about feel. You can kind of feel when they're starting to ripen. However, this will get a yellowish color on the bottom, and it actually streaks of pink. So we let it get the yellow color, and then we'll let it get those streaks of pink on the cabinet. And that's how you know when an Aunt Ruby's German green's ready. And they are monster tomatoes. If I had to guess, it's probably a 1.5 pounder.
Him.
Yeah, he's big. Very pretty, and they are delicious fried green tomatoes. What you got? You just going to town over here, aren't you? Cherries, you see any more?
No, I think that's it.
So we do have a few peppers over here. She's gonna go ahead and pull one of the chocolate, and same situation. We're taking it as it starts to turn and letting it finish inside. We're okay with doing that. To me, it doesn't lose anything, in my opinion, from finishing ripening on the inside. Still waiting on these Jimmy Nardellos to turn.
They're huge though.
Yep, they're really cool. And y'all probably noticed we did take some of the green bell peppers that are actually kind of chocolate beauties or whatever there may be, but you can eat them as green. And these are the pink ox hearts.
Yeah, they're so cute. They're
really taking off late.
Yeah, they are.
It was a slow fruiter to start with. A slow fruiter.
Slow fruiter.
But they're doing really well now. That's some Romas. You can let them hang out. They're just starting. Man, oh man, these are.
It's a heart.
Yep, that's another brandy wine. See, and they start out so pretty, but see how it's a little weird looking? And it always ends up cracking when it ripens just because it's kind of funky, but they're good. I mean, it's a very good plant. It's been very healthy and done well.
I'd say they're better for just slicing and eating, not really for canning.
Yes, very much so, because they just have a lot of unusable spots.
Yeah.
But there she is. Nice, big, and in the jungle, but everybody's doing real healthy. Got a lot of good airflow on the bottom. As you can see all the way through everything. That's how you keep your nice, healthy tomato plants. We got to start trimming in the top now and making sure that we can keep good airflow. Because as we mentioned, our goal is to try to get to frost date with at least one tomato plant. And here is the reason I said that we weren't going to grow those, what are they called?
Galapgo bush beans.
Galapagos anymore, because these are tenderette bush beans.
They were planted at the exact same time, same day.
Yep.
Same hour.
And look how much bigger they are.
You can see how much bigger they are. They don't have any beans yet.
So honestly, what's probably gonna happen with these is and I'm actually thinking this on the fly, I don't even know if she'll be cool with this. But we'll basically let these just grow and grow and grow. And then we'll probably just do one big harvest of all the green beans that are on and pull them up. And then because this is gonna be one of our first fall gardens, or first fall beds. The carrots are doing great. They're getting huge. So far, it checks the list of being a heat tolerant carrot. It's called a what, babe? Red something or another?
Pudisa red Rudera.
Pudisa red
Rudera.
Rudera.
I don't know.
That's our best guess. That is Baker's Creek. We do still have some onions in here. We've kind of just let them go, but they're getting big and they're doing fine. So we're just kind of letting them rock. They're not rottening, so that's kind of fun. I think the ones I'm the most excited to show are these mini white cucumbers. I'm starting on this side because I want to show you how healthy and climbing they are. But when we get over to the individual guy, look what we got. A mini white cuke. I love his plant, it's so cool, but I think the last thing Jen really wants to see is more cucumbers, but she gonna see them. Another
These are
cucumber.
also the bait alphas.
Check out there on top. I think we got some more coming up here.
Yep.
So we are officially up and over the pallet. I'll hold it. There you go. We got another one there. You got anything over here? These are really taking off and over. Just climbing on down the pallet trellis. I think I clipped these a couple days ago, so they might be empty. But I think we just touched them all, didn't we?
Yep.
The last thing I want to show before we go into the AC, as you all can tell with the sweat and the heat, this was not a morning or evening gardening tour that we videoed. It had to be in the middle of the day. We got a lot of stuff happening. But Rebel tomatoes, they're doing good, doing healthy, getting tall. They're almost already reaching to the top of the tobacco stick, so I'm super proud of them. Those are beefsteaks and Ace 55s. These green beans, we're probably gonna be pulling soon. They're just not enjoying this heat very much. But I think that is all we have for out here. Here's your quick spin of the beautiful garden. And now it's time to go inside and let Jenny Jen tell you what we're gonna do with all this stuff.
All right, so what you see is what we already had.
In like 2 days.
In like 2 days, so that's a lot. There's a whole mess of zucchini, a whole mess of cucumbers, all these tomatoes, which are cherries, Romas, Bonnie's Best, Aunt Ruby's German Green,
the Brandywines,
a whole mess of peppers.
Which now these peppers, I don't want to exaggerate on that part. That's the ones we picked today too.
Yeah, there's some of them that we picked today. We already brought them in because we ran out of bucket space. So look at this one. They got eaten a little, but we'll cut that off. But look how pretty that is.
That's the chocolate bell. That's what they'll turn into.
This is a banana pepper. The rest are all bells.
That banana pepper we didn't grow. That's Larry's.
Yeah.
Jen's
we had a
dad.
whole lot more, but I've been eating them.
Yeah, we did some fried banana peppers.
Jalapenos, a couple random okras and green beans, and then these are our butternut squashes that we've been getting. These are all the marigolds and chocolate mint that we harvested. We're gonna put those to the side for a minute, and we're gonna add all this stuff to what we have so that we can get a glimpse of everything and see what we want to do with it.
I hear Jen's pepping her voice again. We back in the AC.
Yeah. Love the AC. So you've already seen me do my marigolds. I'm gonna wash these and then I'm gonna put them straight into the dehydrator on 95 degrees. Let them go for probably about 24 hours and get them dry. And then my chocolate mint that's under here, I'm gonna do the exact same thing with. And then I'm going to store that in mason jars with a moisture absorber, and then I will throw that right into tea when I want some. So that will be really, really nice.
Let me add a couple things because the things I saw you do that I know people might be wondering. So for the marigolds, you do not have to take the heads off. You can leave them straight on there with the bottoms. What does that do? Does that got a name? I'm sure it does.
Stem, I guess. The
stem that basically holds the petals together and to make a flower. Leave it on there while you're dehydrating. You can then take the petals off after you've dehydrated, because if you do that, they're just going to fall everywhere and not work. The mint, you're going to take the stems off. You're just going to use just the leaves. You
can leave the stems on, but it's going to take twice the time because the stems take longer to dry. So you just take the leaves off and put them in the dehydrator.
Okay, so I just wanted to clarify those two things in case you're like, oh yes, I'm going to dehydrate, and then you're like, why is this taking so long, or why did all my petals fall out everywhere? So do those two things if you're doing those dehydrating.
All right, so first up on the list is zucchini. I have, I think, about 10 of these that we have recently picked and got some today. I already have 2 ways that I've showed you how to use zucchini. The first one is zucchini bread. That's what we did with our first big batch. And so good. I have a video on it. Go check it out. You will love it.
Yeah.
And the second round, we froze them. We blanched them and froze them. And that's just a really easy way to preserve zucchini.
Yep.
You blanch it for about 3 minutes, stick it into an ice water bath, and put it straight into the freezer bags. Make sure you label them with what it is and the date that you did it. And so for this next batch, we're gonna go back to the first round and we're gonna do more zucchini bread.
Yeah, buddy.
We have about 12 in the freezer, and I want about 12 more for the year until we can start growing again. So that's what this batch is gonna do. I'm not gonna do another video on it because y'all have already seen it, but now you know that's what we're gonna do with it.
Yum, yum.
Yum, yum. Next up is cucumbers. We have a whole mess of them that we have got to preserve before we go out of town. So we eat these fresh. We love them, our kids love them, but when we get this many, there's just no possible way to keep up. So we do make bread and butter pickles, which can be either refrigerated or canned. I did a video on bread and butter pickles for the refrigerator. So if you want to can them, I'm not gonna do a whole nother video because it's basically the same process, but at the end, if you're canning, make sure you follow the right canning steps, such as sterilizing your jars and all that. But then you're gonna process them for 10 minutes, and you can do that in a water bath or a pressure canner, either one. And that's what we've done. We have 4 quarts over there, and that's what we're gonna do with these. We're just gonna make some more bread and butters, and I might make some spicy ones. I'm gonna be honest with y'all, I'm not gonna do a video on that because, hold on, let me get it.
And this is really good. This isn't any issue with this. Jen basically does almost every single thing from scratch for herself, but nothing, she makes great pickles. I just really like this specific thing.
Yeah, so this is why I'm not gonna do a video. This is a packet that I got from Royal King, and this is how I make my spicy pickles. I'm not a huge spicy pickle person. Zach is, but this is how he likes them. So I don't want to mess that up. I don't want to make a new recipe and then have them not be the exact same thing. So they're really, really good. It's for refrigerator, but like I said, process them for 10 minutes and it's the exact same process if you're gonna can them. They're super good. I will warn you, they do light your house up. They have jalapenos in them. They're very spicy, and when you cook this brine, which you don't put the pickles into it, you just cook the brine, put your pickles in the jars, and then pour the brine over them.
Yeah, and one thing that does too is they keep your color on your on your pickles, so they'll be a vibrant green.
Yeah.
Rather than when you cook them like the bread and butters. If you tried hers, it kind of dulls them down a little bit. There ain't nothing wrong with that whatsoever. It's got the same taste. I just really like the color pop too.
Yeah. So if you are interested, this is a Miss Wages. It's just a spicy pickle recipe packet. It has everything that you need in there, and it tells you exactly how to do it on the back. So we got ours at Rural King. I've seen them at Walmart. Any of your big box store or your farm store, stuff like that, you can find. So that's what we're gonna do with these, half of them. We're gonna do bread and butter and spicy.
I don't know, you have a lot of bread and butter.
Yeah.
I think these are all
You should
mine.
do all spicy?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
My spicy jars are getting low.
We'll do it.
Okra, from.
I have 3. So we're gonna fry these and they're gonna be really good. If you've never had fried okra, try it. It's wonderful.
Something we like to do, and it's definitely not the healthiest route to go, but if we just have a few of a bunch of things, we'll cut them up and fry it all. Like, we'll like have a fry party of okra and some peppers. And
that's actually what we do with our banana peppers too.
Peppers.
We chop them up and fry the little rings. Oh man.
Yeah, so then we like have it as like an appetizer for just whatever event. We always have people over the
Speaking of frying, we have 3 Aunt Ruby's German green tomatoes. So we're not gonna can these. We're not gonna put these with our other ones. We're gonna fry these too. We'll probably either do it for lunch today or tomorrow, but we have 3 of them. We're gonna slice them right up, fry them, probably share them with the family, tell them to come up and try them because they haven't had any yet this year. And that's gonna be really good. So that's what we're doing with the green tomatoes. You see this whole mess of bell peppers, chocolate beauties, and jalapenos that we have.
Whoop. Almost lost the camera.
So what we're gonna do with the bell peppers, and all the peppers actually, is we're going to freeze them. It's not really enough to can, but we love our peppers, so we don't wanna waste them. So what we do, wash them thoroughly, chop them up.
With everything, wash everything.
Yeah, wash everything, important. Chop them up, get your seeds out, slice them into just, you know, like it is, just slice them into little thin strips, and then put them right into your freezer bags, and it's that easy. Label them, date them, stick them in the freezer. You can pull them out for stir fries. You can pull them out for just eating bell peppers, like our son, he likes to eat them raw. You can use them in any kind of recipes that you're wanting to do.
Stir fries.
And then we do the same exact thing with the jalapenos. We want to try the cowboy jalapeno.
Cowboy candy, is that what they call it?
Cowboy candy, I think.
Yeah.
We just haven't had enough to do that with. So we freeze these too. We take the tops off, get all the seeds out because your seeds are where all your spices. All that out. And then throw them right into a freezer bag. And we love.
Sorry, I was just gonna say the reason we do that is because we love. You were gonna say that, weren't you?
Yeah.
My bad. We love stuffed jalapenos. I felt like you were just all over.
They're jalapeno poppers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's just cream cheese and cheese and extra cheese,
bacon bits,
bacon if you want it. Stuff them in there.
Yeah.
So good.
Oh, they're so yummy. We love those for like football season.
Yeah.
When it's football time, we cook a huge feast on Sundays, and jalapeno poppers are one of the main stars. Everybody loves them.
Absolutely.
So we have a bunch of those in the freezer already. That's what we're gonna do with these too, so that the whole year, whenever we want poppers, we don't have to go buy them. Just pull them right out of the freezer, thaw them, and make our poppers.
Yep. Sorry, get my hair out of my face. So the Chinese, I have more fun with these than not even eating them, honestly. The Chinese red noodle beans. What are you gonna do with those?
So we have been sauteing them with our squash and zucchini or onions or whatever you wanna saute them with, stir fries. They're so good. Chop them up just like they're green beans. Obviously wash them first. Chop them up, stick them right in your skillet and saute them with onions or garlic or any kind of spices that you want to. Everybody says they're bland, but they're not.
No.
I think they're full of flavor and we absolutely love them.
They're not stringy. The best thing I can say is kind of spongy.
Yeah.
They kind of give kind of like you would think like a trampoline.
Yeah.
But that's kind of how they feel when you eat them. But they're really good, like she said. It's honestly just like a green bean, and you can flavor it however you want to flavor it. And then Asian dishes would be really good.
Yeah. And you see the amount that we have. We can't possibly fry all these up and eat them. So what I'm actually gonna do is preserve them. I've been researching for a few weeks now on people that have actually preserved them. Not a lot of people do. A lot of people eat them fresh, but I found one person that did, and he was totally excited about it. He said he's been doing it for years now. They're also called yard-long beans. I mean, they're just a bean. There's nothing different about this than your green bean, just the color and the size of it, but it's the same texture, it's the same process. So wash them. We're gonna cut them up to green bean size. You don't have to get the strings off or anything because there is none. And then we're gonna blanch them for 3 minutes, and we're gonna put them right into freezer bags, and then we can pull them out anytime we want to.
One of my favorite things that she cans is the pickled green beans. But these would be good for that.
Probably would.
Because I love those as just a snack. I just like, you know, you would go grab a bag of chips, I would grab pickled green beans. They're that good. So maybe if we get a bunch more.
Yeah, so if you have wondered what you do with these or how to preserve them, because they do come on so hot and heavy, just treat them just like they're a green bean. Chop them up, blanch them for 3 minutes, and freeze them into freezer bags. It's super simple, and that's what we're gonna do with them because we have so many.
Voila.
Voila. All right, so these are all the tomatoes, and we've got to preserve them before we leave town or they're not gonna be any good anymore. So we've got all kinds of different varieties here. We're gonna use every single one except for the green. I already told you we're gonna fry those. But we're gonna use all these, and we're gonna make some more of our spaghetti sauce, and we're gonna can it. So if you wonder how we do that, we do have a video on it. It's a few back. Just go check it out about how to can spaghetti sauce. And then it's just a, you know, a regular sauce that you can pull down when you want to use it and flavor it how you want to, and you can use it in chili. You can thicken it up, put it on spaghetti, or however you want to. So that's what we're gonna do with all these. We do not discriminate against the cherries or any variety. They all go straight into the same can with the others.
Okay, so we hope you've enjoyed this style of a garden walk. You didn't get to see a whole lot. Well, I guess you did. You saw quite a bit up there. You just didn't get to see everything. But what we showed you had all the fruit on it, and then we wanted to talk through what we do with this stuff. We try to get a video on everything. We try to get some of the hot topics that people are really into. But there's so much, we wanted to make sure that, well, mainly her, we wanted to make sure she touched on everything she does with this preserving.
We're not people to let anything go to waste. I know this table looks full, but every bit of it is going to be preserved or cooked. We're not going to let any of it waste. So.
And we give a lot to family too, just because there's an abundance. Besides the tomatoes, that's so funny.
We're pretty selfish with our tomatoes.
Because we want to can them all, but we give one or two here and there to be nice. But because this video is probably already extremely long, so if you've made it to this point, we really appreciate it. Jen referenced a lot of videos that we've done previously. So we do have playlists, and anything to do with the garden is in one playlist. We try to do that so we wouldn't break it out too much and you have to keep jumping around. It's called Greenhouse Garden Videos. That's it. Get in there. You can go all the way back to when we were seed starting. But all of those videos will be in there. Her cooking and preserving, I'm pretty sure I put in both cooking playlist and garden playlist if it was kind of farm to table stuff. So check those out. Just look through our playlist. That's the easiest way to find some older videos. I would just link them below, but there's just way too many that we reference. So just play around in our channel, check out the playlist. You can find some older videos pretty easily on what we have all going on here.
Most importantly, grow your own gardens. You can do this too. You can have a table full of food too. It's work. I'm not gonna lie. It does involve work, but at the end of the day, it's so worth it. We haven't bought groceries in about 2 weeks now.
Nah, just meat. That's about it.
Because we don't raise our own meat, we do have to buy meat. But vegetables, I mean, we haven't bought any in quite a while, and all this stuff will last us until next year. And we just keep pumping it out, keep cooking, keep harvesting, and keep preserving.
Did we just say we're about 50% sustainable?
Probably.
With our food? That's what it sounded like to me. We're on the path, y'all. It's on the right direction.
All right, if you saw this video for the first time, make sure you like it, and if you're interested in more, hit the subscribe button. Keep watching us. We have a ton of videos out. We try to post at least 4 to 5 a week, usually every day, and keep following us. We're glad to have you.
Until the next one.
We love you.
Bye.